Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I am here on a fall day at Heroes Park, and I have the drone that everybody loves to hate, the Skydio 2 with me today. Now, this drone, I ordered this drone in 2019. It was delivered to me at the very end of 2019, in December of 2019. So this is not quite a 6-year-old drone, so it's been out for quite a while. It's still, no matter what you think of Skydio, this is still the best tracking drone that there is. However, that's not what we're doing with it today. I just wanted to take another look at the camera on this drone, and I have not flown it with the controller in a while. People that used to fly Parrot drones will recognize this controller. It was kind of an afterthought for Skydio when they came out with this drone, so they got a controller from Parrot and made it work. But the range is not that great, but we're going to put this drone up in the air and just take a look at the camera. As I recall, the camera had pretty good color science. Let's fly it around. We'll be able to show you the obstacle avoidance. It has unbelievable obstacle avoidance. You got to work to run it into something. So let's quit messing around. Let's get this drone in the air. Okay, I got all connected to the drone, and I'll kind of hold up the controller here. You got to be careful. It doesn't hold that camera in there, or the phone in there, very tightly. So I'm being very careful. But in any case, it's all calibrated and it says ready to fly. So we're going to click begin flight and preparing for launch. So starting the Skydio autonomy engine, running a remote ID check. It has been a while since I've flown this drone, so I'm going to look in settings real quick to see where we're at. Let's take a look at flight limits. Height floor is enabled. Let's go back to return behavior. Return to home height is 31 meters. That's plenty. Speed is 8 meters per second. And height behavior is relative, and I'm not exactly sure what that means, I'll be honest with you. So anyway, we're going to leave channel selection alone, and I think we're ready to go here, so let's get out of that. And you can see that hold to launch button, and you're looking at the drone. We're going to hold to launch just like DJI. And it spins up and takes off. One of the things about this drone is it does not, it's a lot louder, and it auto started recording, auto record. I'm going to move it forward here a little bit and spin it around so you can see where I'm at. And it's got it different here, and you can see it's already trying to track, so it recognizes my truck and it recognizes me. And in fact, if we want to do that for a second, we can. Let's go ahead and click on me and motion track, and it'll follow me around. So the drone will literally follow wherever I go. I've got it from the back. I can tell it to follow from the front here. Click on the front, and it's going to move around. As it sees the direction I'm going, it will move around in front of me. It's zooming around, taking its time, but there it is, right in front of me. So this drone, it's like, again, its tracking ability is better than almost anything. And in fact, we might be able to prove that. Let me see if I can, well, it's staying in front of me so well. I was going to try and get obscured by my pickup, but it's not falling for that. So there's that. So we're going to take it out of motion track. I'm going to click on that red X in the top right, and you can see the hold to land button, etc. We don't want to do that. Let's just go ahead and take this guy for a flight. Let's grab some altitude, and we're going to take it out over the park here. Let's just see how well it does. Now, it's never been a very fast drone. It's got a, I guess you'd call it a boost button on there. If I can remember where that's at, yeah. Let me see, which one is the boost button? I think the turbo boost is on the left. So, okay, let's go full stick forward, and we're at what? 4.7 meters per second. Let me hold that button. Yeah, there it is. It's on the left side, and there it kicks it up to about 16 meters per second. So that's pretty quick, but you have to hold that button down to get that burst of speed. And it does the same thing while it's tracking. So I'm going to head out to the corner of the park over here. You know, again, this drone is not known for having fantastic signal penetration, but you know, we're doing okay. We're about 326 meters away, and man, look at all those colors. That really looks beautiful, doesn't it? This drone shoots in 4K 30 frames per second. You can see the 4K off on the left side if I show you the screen recorder. And when they developed this drone, they worked with the people at GoPro, and we know how vivid GoPro colors are. So it's just interesting to me how valid this drone can be. Again, almost 6 years since it first came out. I really wish Skydio would have stayed in the consumer drone business. Let's hit that turbo again to get the thing going. Yeah, we're getting some stuttering on FPV, and I'm facing right towards the drone, but it's doing all right. Let's kind of move around here, give you a look at the, you know, I'm kind of getting used to the controls. I haven't flown it with this controller much. I will say that there is, you know, the FPV feed, there is a little bit of stutter. Now, when you guys saw UAV forecast, I kind of said, well, what the heck? There's no wind today. But look, there was literally the flagpole. The flags were just hanging there limp when I did that. But now they're starting to blow around. So I think we got a storm blowing in. In fact, I know we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow. So let's just kind of show you that. And there's a paddle for dropping the camera down. So that's me dropping the camera down to kind of give you a look at the flagpole there. And you know, again, it's been a long time since I've flown this, so I'm kind of refreshing my own memory on the app and controls. But in the top right there, you can see we're down to 68% battery. As I recall, battery life on this, it wasn't that long, you know, 15 minutes, something like that. This is me trying to do a manual orbit around the flagpole here. And you know what? I'm holding the center pretty good, so I guess it's doing all right. Again, this guy is a little bit different than what you may what we may otherwise be used to. Let's show you how the obstacle avoidance works on this guy. Let me move it forward here. And so we got a tree right there. It's just going to move on around it. It's got really as long as it's got light, and this one is all using cameras. As long as it's got light, it's going to miss. Now you have to be careful because little branches can sure grab it, but these trees, when they still have this amount of leaves on them, it's going to do just fine, just moving on around them. So in that sense, it works very well. Drone's right next to me here. Let's just move out here and see if we can, I don't want to get too carried away here, but we can kind of move around these trees here. and show you how that works. Although, of course, we're right next to the street there, so I'm a little nervous about that. Yeah, that may not be the best idea. But we can show you situations like this where it's just going to stay. It's just going to stay to the side of this stuff. Again, you know, it could catch a little branch or something. A tree like that, I would that naked tree that we see off there on the left, I would never try that. But let's get down this garbage can here. It's not going to hit it. It's just going to move right around it. And on my FPV screen, it's already recognizing other cars in the parking lot and so forth. So yeah, it's pretty good. This is a great way to get some close-up pictures of the colors on these trees. Again, that one I'm not going to mess with. It doesn't have any leaves on it. You definitely could probably run into one of those little bare branches. Now, there is a picnic shelter here that I kind of wanted to demonstrate the drone. I kind of wanted to fly under it, but there's some people over there, so that's probably not going to happen. In fact, it isn't going to happen. I'm not going to mess around. We've got some folks, and I am right now. I've got the drone not that far from me, and I am getting a little bit of. I was getting a little bit of break up there on FPV. But let's see what it does here in the restroom building. If it'll go over the top or go to the side, what will it do? What will it do? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't. It's kind of confused. I was pushing the stick forward. I don't know. I don't want to crash it, so I'm going to be a little bit more careful. Let's push forward again. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't know what it wants to do there, so we're going to pick it up. Discretion is the better part of valor. Sometimes I think I'm just too tentative. I think maybe if I'd have come at that a little bit faster, it probably would have just gone right over the top, but I'm not going to take that kind of chance. But anyway, we're at 50% battery, so we're in great shape here. Let's bring it on back around. I see some fishermen fishing in the pond next to us here. Let's see. Let's hit that turbo button and get this guy going. That turbo makes quite a difference, I'll tell you. I'm anxious to look at the video quality off of this drone. So, because I just haven't seen it for a while, so I want to see how it does. You know, they have still supported it with firmware updates. Let's look down there, and you can see the guy. That guy is just walking in with his fishing pole. Let's. So we don't want. I'm gonna make sure I don't go over the top of those guys, and I think I can play Frogger here and get across the street. Let's hit turbo, and we're gonna get in between these cars and go right across the street and look at the farmer's field. Let's grab some altitude here. 61 meters high, and let's head out towards the hitting that turbo button again and head out towards the big the Walmart out here. Again, what I kind of wanted to test was not necessarily a range test, but a signal strength test. Yeah, battery range warning. So, yeah, it wants to return. So let's hit return. I'm just going to hit that, and it's coming back. And yeah, it is rising to 119 meter height. That is interesting that it's rising that high. So yeah, we're at about 35% battery. So I'll show you a landing here. The drone, if it can see the case, it will land right on its own case. So let's just see if it'll do that. It is on its way home at about 8 meters per second, and as I recall, that's something that we could set. Now, I just was trying to move the gimbal and was not able to do it. So let's just see what it does here. I kind of want to see if it goes right over the top of us and then starts dropping in altitude. And it actually went a little bit higher than it should have, but it's coming down now. Says it's 5 meters away. And then if you look at the battery meter, we're still in green territory. So it knows, that algorithm, it knows where it's at. So let's see what it does. So you have to hold to land. I forgot about that with this drone. So we got it. I forgot it has a drone shadow. Let's move it over the top of the case. I'm gonna kind of see if I can move it around. And if it sees that case, it will land right on it. If it's you know, fairly close to it. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna move it over just a little bit more. And let's hit land and let's see what it does. So I'm holding to land. Yeah, and it sees it. So it sees the case and it's zeroing in on it. And what I've noticed with this guy is that it will, yeah, so it picked up the camera. As soon as it gets about a foot above that case, it'll just shut off the engines and drop. And look at that, right on the case. So we got a precision landing. You know, I didn't pay any attention to how long we were in the air there. Let me face into the sun. How long we were in the air. But we got a pretty good flight, and we landed with 24% battery. Let me get it all shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the Skydio 2. I thought we had a pretty good flight there. You know, flight time, we were up in the air for about 15 minutes or so and landed with 25% battery, which is what I think you'd want to do. You know, we did showed you a little bit of tracking. It's way better than that. It is the best tracking drone there is. That's just all there is to it. If you're a mountain biker or a skier or a motorcyclist and you're trying to track yourself, or a runner or something, this is the one that you want to use, because if you use the beacon, even if it gets behind a tree or something, it'll still find you. It's a remarkable product in that regard. With regard to UAV forecast and the wind, it said 36-mile-an-hour gusts. You can look at the flagpole there. The wind has come up just a little bit, but it's nowhere near what UAV forecast said. And of course, the drone flew just fine too. We didn't get any wind warnings or anything. But anyway, that was just kind of a fun flight. I thought it did quite well range-wise. I was a little bit concerned, as I recall, the last time I flew it. You know, that the controller doesn't have a lot of range, but it did okay. We had a little FPV stutter and so forth. But honestly, it worked fine. In any case, you know, that's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And most of all, I appreciate that you took the time to watch my video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. I'm glad I didn't sell this drone. I was going to sell it. The Skydio 2. See you later.